Hi, Josh and Viewing Party, and Steven and Max. I always forget to say hey to you guys. Sorry I'm dressed up like this. I was just on a Zoom call where like 500 people were watching and talking about education stuff, and I said how much I hate cursive writing and got like, ugh, like everyone freaked out. But I haven't recorded one of these in a minute, and so just wanted to give you some thoughts. We're in the top 10. Oh my God, Jesus. And my room that I started with, room 4, like we said, we're staying strong. So that's 5 of us. So we have half the house. But then I'm in another alliance that's like really strong with me, Connor, Robbie, and Alex, who's in my room. So that brings in Connor and Robbie. So that means that like the house is kind of split 7-3. And I'm sure that there are people like Darrell told me that he's in an alliance with Nathan and Shane. But like, I think he's more loyal to us, but also we kind of pissed him off a while back, so who knows. So I just did HOH for this week, and I mean, I did okay. I didn't want to just like, I don't want to be HOH again because I trust people enough, and I feel like I've done a good enough job creating social connections that like people are going to keep me. And I want to hide behind someone else that makes that first move when there's like a line drawn in the sand so that I can come in and like sweep stuff up later and clean it. Otherwise, that's going to be more, like the closer I can get to the final 2 before I have to do that is better, because then that's like, if I do it now, then that's a lot of rounds that I could be a target, and then I'm going to have to keep winning vetoes, you know? So, I mean, I could end up being HOH again, who knows? But my goal is for it to be someone in my alliance so that they can cause chaos first, and then I can sweep in and like clean stuff up. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting in a really good spot in the house. Like, we're in the final 10. I'm not the first person on the jury. Last time I played, I was the second person on the jury, but I also got 8th place because there was less people. So like my like goal now is to not be the second person on the jury, and then it's to do better than 8th, and then it's to like make the final 5 maybe. Little goals, achievable goals. The only other thing I can think to touch on is actually, this isn't even a little thing to touch on. This is like the part of my game that I'm like really upset about. And that's that I only have 2 pendants of life. One that I started with, one that I got for it during the first HOH challenge. And I'm like a little upset about that because like some people that I'm like thought I was pretty close to went home, and then I didn't get a DM saying I got a pendant of life. So they're out there somewhere, and they're all going to like people on the other side. So I don't know if I'm going to ever get them. I was hoping to rack up enough so that whenever the next double eviction comes, I could either play like the box or the veto takeover, so that I would be safe like through that, because that's always a crazy round. But I don't think I'm even gonna have enough to do that. So I'm about to have to use these pendants of life to like barter for my life and be like, hey, don't put me up. If I stay safe through this round, I'll give you a pendant afterwards. And I mean, I guess that's a good way to use them, but still, I'm a little bit mad about that, to be honest with you. But who knows why people aren't giving them to me. Trey, Eric, Zach, Carson. I think that's it.
Put a finger down if you absolutely bombed that HOH, and ouch. Me, that's the thing I did. Are you gonna go? You have the right of way, dude. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go. Anyway, yeah, so high-key messed up that HOH big time, which is unfortunate, but there are 5 other people that I'm comfortable with winning. Gray, Thomas, Daryl, Connor, or Kaylee. If one of those 5 win, I'm going to be excited. Now, you might be wondering, why would you be excited if Kaylee wins? You haven't been working with Kaylee at all this entire game. Well, I'll tell you why. It's because I made an alliance with her today, with myself, Daryl, Connor, and Kaylee. Connor and I were talking last night about that hybrid alliance, and that's what we went with. 2 returners, 2 newbies, the returners being myself and Connor, Daryl and Kaylee being the newbies, and I really like this group. I think that we can work really well together. Kaylee is someone that if she had won HOH without us making any kind of agreement, I would have been a little worried about what she was going to do, especially because I know that she's working relatively closely with Shane, at least I think she is. So if Kaylee wins, then that might be good for my game, which I didn't think would happen, but that's good. Here's the problem. If Shane, Nathan, or Robbie win HOH, things could get a little and I'm almost certain that Shane will put me up. At the very least, it would give me a chance to play veto and save myself, but I think Nathan and Robbie both want to backdoor me. So if I don't get picked for veto and I'm not comfortable with someone who's won HOH, I might be doing a veto redraw with my 2 lonesome pendants that I have. So yeah, that's what's happening. Still don't know who won HOH, but hopefully we will know soon.
Surprise, I'm alive. So it's been a long time since I've done a DR, and that's because I am currently in 2 games. At the time, I have this game going on, as well as another really big game I'm in. However, I was just evicted from that game, so I guess my attention is now turning towards this game. So, hi, you'll probably be getting more content out of me, whether you love it, hate it, you want to soak it in, or not. That's what you're getting. Also, my phone just did that weird thing where it says I have 10% battery left, so I don't know. Anyways, so this week and the past few weeks have been pretty phenomenal. I mean, do I hate Darren? See, I don't even know his fucking name. Darren, Daryl, Damien, Daryl. I don't like Daryl still. But, you know, on the flip side, he was nominated this week, and I will do everything in my path to get him evicted this week. Again, if there's a reason why I don't like Daryl, actually, I do have a reason I don't like Daryl now. Because he created a whole ass alliance of me, Shane, Robbie, and him, and then made up this big old thing, and like, I didn't like the alliance. The alliance was stupid. And then he runs and tells Alex that, oh, there's an alliance of me, and so. I'm like, how stupid can one person be? You don't create an alliance. Furthermore, you don't create an alliance, period, when I have no, information about it. Like, I was just randomly placed into this alliance, and I think Shane and Robbie were too. They were just, plopped in without any discussion about who was going to be in it or whatever. Daryl creates it. Daryl exposes it, trying to get blood on other people's hands. He's an idiot, and he's got to go. I'm glad that he's on the block, and I hope he doesn't win veto, so I can get his ass out here as soon as possible. So the day that Daryl goes will be such sweet vengeance because his gameplay is just so disgustingly bad. So, anyways, there's that. Also, I'm doing great.
So I get about halfway through this HOH comp, and my browser starts reloading. So any chance of me wanting to win the HOH kind of sort of went out the window. I might have still been able to recover if I took it again. The host gave me the option, but I decided to just throw it. And I know that's a dangerous move right now, especially if somebody like Daryl or maybe even Quinn wins this next HOH, that I'm probably going up. But Shane's pretty good at this kind of comp. He's good at remembering who said what. Maybe Shane can pull it out. Maybe Kaylee. I just hope that I'm not on the block this round. I'm just real worried that I made the wrong decision there to decide to throw it.
All right, guys, the results are in of today's Head of Household competition. Today's Head of Household was called Who Said That? For Alex, who didn't play. Everyone it was a quiz full of quotes that have been said in the Big Brother house, and you had to guess who said it. Whoever got the most right or the most right in the fastest time would win today's Head of Household. And winning today's Head of Household, nominations due by 10 o'clock tonight. Congratulations, Robbie. Robbie, you are the Head of Household.
What's up, everyone? First off, congratulations on Final 10. I'm stoked to win HOH. I've been doing terribly, probably coming in last place in most of the challenges, so finally happy to win one. With that being said, I do need to put up 2 people, and I do have a reason to put up these 2 people. With 10 people left, there's 5 people from the original room 4, so I'm not hiding that I am targeting your room this week, just due to the numbers. If I didn't and we went to Final 9 and you guys had 5, realistically speaking, you guys could take out the other 4 people pretty easily. So I do not have any specific targets. I like all of you guys, but with that being said, I am putting up Daryl and Thomas. I wish you best of luck in the veto. I'm out.
Alrighty, gang, you know the drill. It's always on the live competitions because last time I added people to the group and then I had to do it again. So, alright, time to pick 3 new people. Everything is reset. My Easter basket's starting to break. Oh, this is ridiculous. Alright, I'm just kidding. Alright, first person playing in the veto is Connor. Connor, you still got picked. Next person is Gray. And finally, it's Quinn. Connor, Gray, Quinn, Daryl, Thomas, and Robbie. You're playing the veto.
Hey, viewing party. I'm just going to give a short little update of my situation. So, obviously today I was put up on the block. Certainly not ideal. Robbie talked to me beforehand, and I mean, it makes sense from his side to go after room 4. And I mean, with having all 5 of us here, I think that makes sense. It's just unfortunate that I was the one. I mean, especially if he's going after Daryl. I just obviously would prefer that I'm not the one who goes up. But you know, these things happen. I'm hoping I can win this veto and then end up taking myself off so we don't have to worry about it. And honestly, I really want Robbie to have to make a decision of if I were to get off, or even if Daryl gets off. Who he wants to actually go home, because I mean, obviously from my standpoint, I don't want Daryl to win in any way, but from a viewing party standpoint, I'm sure that you guys would like to see what happens from there, because I honestly don't know what the next best option is there. I definitely the more and more that I think through it and talk through it, I don't trust Alex in any way. I honestly think that today, Robbie had told me, you know, Shane, put Shane up. And then I mentioned to Alex that we had the votes to, that room 4 would have the votes to save whoever we wanted to, no matter what. And then immediately after that, within 10 or 15 minutes, Robbie was like, yeah, so I think we have to put up both people from room 4. And so I feel pretty confident that Alex and Robbie are working together. Alex is not on our side in any way, other than the fact that he's, hasn't put us up recently. But I don't feel comfortable with that. Interestingly, I talked to Connor a good bit today. He said that Trey was, told him that I was somebody he would like to work with. I'm hoping it's true. Honestly, working with Trey was an honest guy, and I'm hoping Connor is. I haven't talked to Connor as much all game, and so I know from his previous experience in the game that he's been a big player. Right? He's done a lot, and so I'm skeptical. But at this point, I don't really have a lot of great options. I need to first of all gather all the votes that I can to make sure that I stay alive another day after today. But also, I need to work on what happens if I don't win HOH. I really in the future, assuming I get through this. I want to see Alex go. I want to see Robbie go, or at least put up. I want to see people make decisions when it comes to those two, and not necessarily just those two, but those two are the 2 biggest players that have a hand in everybody as part of this game. Has everyone thinking that they're at least somewhat of an ally, and so I'm interested to see how that goes. But other than that, it's been a bit painful. All the things, me being put up, but I'm hopeful I can win this veto, and if not, that whoever does win it can save me, or that in reality, I won't go home. But, and maybe I'm a little bit too hopeful for that. I'm maybe a little bit too trusting of people that they're going to stick by their word. But that's kind of how I feel right now. I mean, I think that tomorrow, if I go home, I will be shocked. But, I mean, I'm on the block, so it could happen. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, good talking to you.